Welcome to the All Need Music Podcast. I'm Matt,
And I'm Jessie.
and
Back again.
glad you made it.
I always make it. Jessie C always makes it to the podcast.
Right. So we're back again for another episode.
That's what I just said. Back again.
Yeah, well, that's my line.
You didn't say it, though.
Line because you fine, whatever.
You're slipping.
Yeah, it's been a long freaking week. Well, long couple weeks, actually. Just go, go, go. You guys have been the same way. It's just brutal.
Tell me about it.
Work, concerts, life, concerts, more work.
More concerts.
Yeah. Podcasts. Good shit.
Yeah, so, boy.
We're going to roll the wheels back a couple weeks here. We should have recapped this sooner than what we did, but we've been swamped on both fronts. We had a great opportunity to record another podcast live and in person, which we'll get into that. And so that kind of bumped this recap out of the lineup for the sake of getting that done. And so here we are.
Here we is. Been doing a lot of interviews, a lot of concerts, a lot of meet and greets. If you guys are checking out our social, we've been posting quite a bit of stuff on, kind of what we've been up to and who we've been meeting and talking with. But yeah, we're going to kind of recap that in this episode to give you kind of more of an overview of it, kind of like we've done in the past. But like Matt said, everything's kind of gotten away from us a little bit. So
yeah.
But we want to keep you guys up to speed on what we've been doing and what we have coming in the near future.
I don't like up to speed.
No?
No. I think it's better to keep people abreast of what we're doing because that's way better. It's way better terminology.
There you go.
Yeah.
I've never actually heard that terminology, but I'll go with it.
Oh, yeah. No, that's actually legitimate.
A breast, like a chicken breast?
No, not a breast. A breast.
A breast.
Yeah. But it's
like a hawk breast?
Yeah. Maybe.
Turkey breast?
Yeah.
A breast?
A breast.
Not two breasts, just one.
Right.
A breast.
Not dose.
I like mine in pairs.
So we had to tell everyone everything twice.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
We'll keep you up abreast.
Yeah.
Abreast.
So we're gonna roll the clock back to August 8th and 9th. Can you remember that far back?
Yeah. I guess it wasn't that far ago, but seems like it was.
Yeah. Well, we've probably done 3 months worth of shit in that time.
True.
So that's why it seems like a lot longer.
We did the Nashville CMA Fest and got like a year's worth of concerts and that probably 2 years worth of what normal people go to. And then what?
That's all people do in 2 years of concerts?
Most people, yeah.
The fuck is wrong with them?
They don't listen to the podcast enough to find out the newest and latest in country music concerts. So,
well, and maybe they're like Megan. Megan says that I am addicted to concerts. I don't believe that. I've never once been to a meeting. I've been to meet and greets, but not a meeting. I don't believe it's possible to be addicted to concerts, but she claims that I am. So just to give the other side.
Well, I mean, in all factuality, she's probably right. You just haven't admitted it yet. And so the first step to recovery is admitting you have a problem.
Whose side are you on? This is bullshit. I'm gonna block your side of the screen with my hand. I'm not even talking to you right now.
They can still see me though. You just because you block me doesn't mean.
Damn it.
You could still hear me too.
So yeah, enough of that nonsense.
Does a 12-step 12-step plan involve 12 different concerts?
Yeah.
I mean, that's
I mean, it's country, so wouldn't it be a 2-step?
Oh, touche. There you go. I see what you did there.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Sometimes I can be quick like that.
Yeah, I'll see you quick when you get to 2-stepping. I'll make sure the cameras are rolling then.
I dance as well as I sing, which is not well at all.
Oh, that has to be really bad.
Yeah.
I actually have footage of you dancing, not really dancing, kind of singing and dancing, swaying at the concert from a couple years ago at the Emmet County Fair.
And I did just kind of dance briefly with Megan at the county fair this year too.
Oh yeah, briefly.
During a little John Michael Montgomery.
Oh yeah.
So anyway, we're going way off track with this crap like usual. August 8th and 9th, we made our way to the Sunrise side of the state.
Yes, sir.
For people like Dan that don't know what that means, that's the east side because that's where the sun rises, and we're on the west side where the sun sets.
Yeah.
So sometimes you got to paint a picture for Dan so he gets it.
I mean, in all fairness, like, don't travel to the east side of the state all that often. So
yeah, me either.
Probably don't see the sunrise all that often on over what is that, Huron, Lake Huron?
Yep.
So yeah, we were in Lincoln. For those of you that don't know where Lincoln is,
it's right next to Spruce.
Right next to Spruce, yeah.
Which is where we stayed.
Right, where most people don't know where Spruce is either. I am one of them because when
just south of Ossineek.
Yeah, Ossineek, right.
Which also nobody knows where it is.
Nobody knows. It is south of Alpena is probably the closest that anybody knows. Tawas, just north of Tawas, south of Alpena. Funny story. We were down in Nashville for CMA Fest.
Yep.
And that's where you were talking with Boomtown Saints.
Yeah. Yeah, and we were chatting and I was asking them, when are you guys going to be back up in our neck of the woods? And they're like, oh, we're going to be up there in August. And I said, oh, sweet. Where at? Lincoln. Abraham? What the fuck are you guys talking about? Where's Lincoln at?
No, we said northern Michigan, not Nebraska.
Yeah. I literally got out my phone and had to Google map it. And I'm like, oh, it's by Alpena. Okay. I know where Alpena is, but never heard of Lincoln before.
Right. I still, even when I was looking on the map, I'm like, I seen Spruce, but I never seen Lincoln until you zoom way in. You got to zoom to find Lincoln. So,
yep. But, I actually went over there a couple weeks ahead of time to kind of scout out a campground, check the area out, and we camped over there. Met some really cool people at Paul Bunyan Campground, and knew right away that we were going to stay there for the festival. Just super cool people. Go check them out. They got a great social media account, Nat and Ave. Lot of TikTok videos. They're rehabbing this old like 70s era campground, and it's it's been some work. They've done a great job already. It's not where they want it to be yet, but
shoot, I mean, it overgrown and not run in many years, and so like anybody in Michigan knows how autumn olive and everything kind of takes over if you're not there keeping at it. But yeah, Yeah, check out what is their is it TikTok that they do
It's,
most of their stuff on? I know I follow them on Facebook.
yep, they've got stuff on Facebook under the Paul Bunyan Campground account, and on TikTok they're Nat and Ave, NAT
Okay.
and AVE.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, we're
super cool people, and kind of like, you know, these up and coming artists that we really love to support when they're good. They're trying to make it work, and so we
yeah.
want to support them. Love what they're doing. Beyond the camping, they're doing stuff within the community, and just super cool to go there and stay there and know that you're helping to support their dream kind of come to fruition.
Right. As opposed to going to like the state park campground, which was pretty much right across the road from them,
Yep.
which is a rustic campground, but they actually, they got bathhouses, full power, water hookups, nice pool, and someday their plan is to actually host some music there at the campground. There's a stage that's completely buried and overgrown right now that she's out there with her machete working at chopping down so that way they can get to the
Yep.
stage, which is like really cool. The clubhouse or main office, and then the pool's behind it, and then the stage is like right up there. They got a big community fire pit, so it should be pretty cool once they get that up and going. Be a cool spot to chill at the bonfire or in the pool and sit there
And
and
you
watch.
know who's going to be there the first time they've got a show? We
Who are
are.
they? Who are they pulling in?
I don't know. We'll see. Maybe we'll help them pull some names in.
Maybe they'll have a Y'all Need Music podcast live at the campground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all need music festival.
Oh, now you're talking.
Right. So, at any rate, we were over there for the Sunrise Side Music Festival, which is actually in Lincoln. Like a 7-minute drive from the campground in Spruce, something like that.
Yeah, not far at all.
Super duper close. And that's at the Lost Lake Woods Club in Lincoln, which is a gated community, like golf course and trails and, gun ranges and
gun range.
and,
Yeah.
just a super cool place. And I'll be honest,
I said
with you,
if I ever lived in a gated community, that's the one. They had 2 gun ranges in this gated community, a golf course, the lake, the clubhouse, restaurants. Like I was like, yeah, that's where I'd be living if I lived in a gated community.
right. Well, that's what I was about to say was, I was initially like, how fun is this really going to be, at a gated community, and in my experience with gated communities, both, in the Bay Area growing up, and then, in the Petoskey area, you tend to cross paths with some hoity-toity kind of folks, and
Sure.
It couldn't have been farther from it. I mean,
Right.
These were just cool ass people. Every single person we met there was just down to earth, chill, super
wanted to have
friendly.
a good time. Yeah, wanted to have a good time.
Yep.
It was kind of like an adult Disney World type thing. Like everybody was rolling around on their golf carts and side by sides. Everybody had cocktails, having a good old time.
Nobody was drinking and driving.
Absolutely.
Nobody.
They drank, then drove, then drank more.
No, they didn't do that.
Oh yeah, they had DDs.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
All of them,
including us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We did. We actually did.
You did. I didn't have a DD. I had a DDDD. Drunk driving, damn it, Dan.
Oh, Friday night.
Yeah, Friday night.
Yeah. Yeah, that was bad news. No, no, it wasn't. We actually behaved pretty well Friday night.
Yeah, that was
weather kind of hampered things. So these guys under the direction of Nick, who kind of runs the festival side of it. He doesn't run the whole resort. There's
Right.
another guy, and I'm drawing a blank on his name right now. That's like the general manager of the resort. And then Nick runs the festival. And so this major storm rolled through. And so they kind of pulled the plug on the performance at the main stage where it normally was and moved it to like a pavilion that they had that sat right on the lake that was absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
And
right by the clubhouse and
yep.
right there at the beach and the lake, and
Yeah.
got to watch the sunset was coming down. So even though it was on the sunrise side, we saw sunset over the lake.
Yeah. So we got to hang out with our buddy Waylon Hanel on Friday night, who, listen, like, is it possible that Waylon does a bad show? Is that even a possibility?
I don't think so. I really don't think so.
Yeah.
I mean, we talked, you guys seen Waylon, we had him on a podcast earlier. We kind of recapped when we went down to Nashville and seen him down at CMA Fest. And at that CMA Fest recap, we hadn't seen him play a show since the prior August at the Emmet County Fair. And just the growth that he went from the Emmet County Fair opening for Trace Adkins to Nashville, it was like, damn, he's getting better and better. And then fast forward to seeing him there at the Sunrise, it was like, and it was just him and Barry, his steel guitar guy.
Yeah.
And it was just like, he got even better in just the month that we took off from seeing him.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
So it was a great show, super low key, not a huge turnout. And I'm actually kind of torn, really, with talking about this festival too much. You don't give away your good fishing spots, right? Or your good hunting spots, or where you go pick morels. And the downside about talking about this festival is, if people honestly knew how fucking cool it was, it would be packed.
Yeah.
And it wasn't. This was their biggest year, but the crowd was just perfect. The vibe was perfect. And, obviously we want to help them grow. I'm not saying that at all, but like, if it grows too big, it won't be as cool, I think, as what it was.
Yeah. Yeah. I think on Friday night when it was at the pavilion, it was like a great size crowd because the pavilion was a little bit smaller than on Saturday when we went to the main stage where it was supposed to be at.
Yeah.
I also think that Friday night was hindered a little bit too by the weather.
Oh yeah.
A lot of those people that live up in this Lost Lakes, they live somewhere else and then they come up on the weekends to, it's kind of like their summer home or so I think that the weather might have hindered it a little bit, but they did a great job putting it in at that pavilion. But I definitely, it is set up to be a very large festival.
They could definitely handle 10 times the crowd they had,
right.
With the room they've got easily.
Right. No, and yeah, I mean, it is nice. We love those intimate kind of, settings for when we see artists play. And it definitely was one of those intimate settings, even though they said that it was their biggest year. But I would love to see it grow and get bigger and bigger. I don't want to see it Faster Horses big.
Right.
And I don't think they want to see it Faster Horses big either, because that's just a shit show and in its own. But it definitely has potential. And, just the talent and artists that they did bring in.
Yeah, it was nuts.
Was phenomenal. And
the ticket prices were incredible.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't even. Yeah, they were not bad at all. We ended up seeing
$40 for 4 artists.
4 artists. Yeah, over the course of 2 days. Like, yeah, they definitely could have more artists there and charge more because they did shut it down. It was what Waylon played till
I
9 o'clock, maybe.
Yeah, it doesn't go late. That was actually, other than it being hotter than the hinges of hell on Saturday.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I actually kind of liked that they started earlier in the day and it was done. And you know, we got an invite to an after party that, unfortunately we had to pass on. The wives were like, no, we're get us out of this heat, we're done, take us back.
Take us to the pool. We needed to go to the pool to take a dip.
Yeah. But we got out there early in the day on Saturday. I think, what was it, done by like 7-ish?
Something like that. 7. I think we were back to the campground by like 8 and in the pool.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So Waylon, great show on Friday night, and then Saturday things kicked off with Jessie Campbell band, first artist of the day,
Yep.
and great set. Other than, you guys probably saw the video where I talked about him assaulting me. So I didn't press any charges on that one. But we came to a gentleman's agreement that he's actually going to be on the podcast here soon. So instead of pressing charges,
drop the charges as long as you come on the podcast. So
So if you're wondering what the fuck I'm talking about, go check out our videos on social. You can hear more about that story. But he put on a great set. Talked to him for a little bit beforehand.
Yep.
And then we were actually bouncing back to the truck between sets to go sit in the AC to try and cool off, because that's the one downside. And it's like that with all festivals, right? And if you're going to have a big open area for people, that also comes with no shade.
Right.
And, so the upside is we can take a easy up next year that we didn't know we could take this year.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll have shade and be a whole lot better.
And hopefully it won't be 95 degrees out, full sun.
Yeah, with 115% humidity.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually I got a Waylon Hanel, the new camo Waylon Hanel hat the day before, and I wore it to the festival, and whoo boy, that thing was completely sweated through.
Yeah, the sweat line here after Jessie Campbell was done.
Jessie Campbell, yeah. So and then bounce back to the truck to get some AC and cool down a little bit. So
So then, I was gonna say, so the other thing they do is they do have drinks. You can get drinks there.
Yep.
And
they had a huge selection too of drinks.
And the prices were freaking great.
Yeah. Like, I couldn't believe, like, I walked up there and they had the bar area so you can get a cocktail, and I mean they pretty much had anything you wanted for cocktails, but then like their beer selection and seltzers and everything. I mean, it was on a table, one of those 8-foot long tables, and they had them lined up, and it took up the entire table. And I was like, holy crap. Like, they're like, what do you need? And I'm like, I'm going to need a couple minutes to see exactly what you have here. Like,
got to check the menu.
Yeah, I had to check the menu. There was so much stuff. And I mean, Tasha very much appreciated it. I mean, they had Coronas there in cans. No music festival carries Coronas, and that's like her drink. And they had the bar right there, so she got a lime put right into it. So, lots of options. And like you said, I mean, it was $3 for a drink, I think.
Yeah.
Which is way better than 19 for a drink.
Yeah. Well, and over the course of the next year, right? Because it's going to be in August again. Don't know the dates yet. And hopefully, who knows? Maybe we'll get Nick on the podcast to talk about it beforehand. But I know we'll certainly be promoting it. You'll see us sharing stuff on the socials, and I'm sure we'll talk about it on other podcasts going forward. So, start thinking about what you're doing next August. And if you're anywhere, you know, in the Midwest region and you want to make that trek up, you know, we would definitely encourage you to do so. You're not going to be disappointed at all.
Yeah, no. And yeah, they had a ton of vendors there. They had you know, food. They were smoking some, I think it was some pigs and stuff like that. They, not a whole pig, but some
Pork butts or
pork
something.
butts and pulled chicken and stuff like that. So yeah, they did a really good job for the setup for it. So
Yeah. So back to the artist though, because it was such I mean, and we keep going away from that because it was just so great in general, but the lineup was incredible. And right after Jessie Campbell, we had Allie Walker, and
oh yeah,
rocking the Allie Walker hat.
hell yeah,
and you got the pin on the side too.
got the pin. Damn it,
Yep.
Dan bought me a pin.
Nice.
Hell yeah. Yeah, and that's to be honest, like Boomtown was the first one that told us about that, and then we found out that Waylon was playing there,
Yeah.
and so we're like, okay, like that's
Sold.
sold 100%. Like if it was just Waylon, yep, sold. If it was just Boomtown, sold. But to get both of them together, we were like 100%, and then found out that Allie Walker was going to be there. And I followed her for quite some time right now. I think Allie Walker is like the Canadian version of Sadie Bass because she is from Canada, but a lot of similarities. And you guys have heard us talk about Sadie Bass, one of our Michigan natives there. But I was really excited to see her there, and she did not disappoint.
She kind of did. She kind of disappointed me.
Did she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She made me feel really dumb.
Well, then I like her already.
Right. So she's talking about, you know, she used to play bagpipes.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden she's got this little black thing that kind of sort of resembles a bagpipe-ish, maybe. And I'm like, you don't got to bring out a fake bagpipe like as a prop. Like that's a bit much, don't you think? Turns out there's actually a thing called an electric bagpipe, and did not know that. And I'm like, initially,
You thought
like,
she was posing or something?
Yeah, I was like, that's not necessary, really. And then I realized that it was an actual instrument, and she was playing the damn thing, and I was like, well, I guess I'm a freaking idiot because I had no clue that that was a thing. So that was my disappointment. It was more with myself, you know, than with her. But yeah, I was like, what the hell? And I'm like, how did I not know that? Yeah. But then again, like, who the hell's playing bagpipes anymore?
Yeah, exactly. And that's
she is unbelievably freaking talented.
Oh God, yeah. And it was one of those artists that, like, I've followed her for a while, and I like her music. And it was one of those people that, like, when I seen her live, I was like, hat off, like throwing it down on the table. I was like, oh wow, like I didn't realize she was that good and that talented. Like her octave range was killer. And then she had the electric bagpipes. So for you guys that don't know, electric bagpipes, you don't have to blow into it to fill it up with air. It automatically fills up on its own, and then it's plugged into an amp.
Yeah.
And then she sits there and, you know, basically without having it in her mouth, so she could still sing while she was doing it, and she's sitting there playing the bagpipes, and it's like, all right, we've talked about this before. Like, a real artist needs to play an instrument, sing the songs, write songs, and, you know, give a good stage presence. And she did it all. And it's like, most people just play the guitar. And I'm not taking anything away from anybody that can play guitar, because I can't play guitar for shit. But I think most people in the music, you can learn some chords and you can stand up there and strum. It's usually your band behind you doing the majority of the guitar picking,
Yeah.
unless you're like Zach Top. Um, but playing the bagpipe, like that has to be hard as shit.
Yeah, I thought that was recorded and just playing, and I thought that was a prop, and I was like, "Come on!" And then when I realized what it was like, "God damn!"
Yeah.
So yeah, kudos to her because she absolutely killed it.
Yeah, and not only did she play a bunch of her original songs that you guys can go on to Spotify, Apple Music, and everything, and check her out and hear her songs. Big influence in her life: Shania Twain, Gretchen Wilson. She actually recorded a song with Gretchen Wilson. She actually did. Shania Twain, when she was on tour, actually had Ally Walker come out there and do the bagpipes to "Man, I Feel Like a Woman," and they sang that together. So she's super country, lives the country life, sings about the country life, the big trucks and the down in the creek, and that's why I call her the Canadian Sadie Bass, because there are those artists out there that they're not just looking the part, and they're living the part. But then she said that she spent like her first 10 years in the music business, like playing in like a cover punk rock band.
Right.
And all of a sudden, like her and her guitar player and her bagpipes, like did this whole like
Mashup.
10-minute mashup of like all these like rock and roll punk rock, like badass songs, that it was just like, whoa, like, all right, girl, like.
Yeah.
So when we talked about like the stage presence and putting on a show and entertaining people, it was like, it wasn't just country music. Like she did it all. Like it was pretty badass. And she had a guitar player for that. He was freaking phenomenal too.
Right. And she was cool as shit. We talked to her for a while afterwards. Just super fucking cool.
Yeah. Yeah. And
down to earth, very, very chill, just like you can tell she comes from good roots. She's definitely grounded.
And then kudos to her as well. She had a sweat towel herself as well, and said she was sweating her balls off up there on stage. So,
right.
That was near and dear to my heart right there. So speaking right to me, because I was dying as well. So
yeah, I mean, we were using those cooling towels. Chris, if you're watching this, you took my towel, dude. I'm gonna need that back at some point. if you still have it, I don't know.
Yep. We'll have to get another pack of them.
Right. Well, I think Dan already did. Yeah. So after Ally Walker, Boomtown comes on, and these guys never get old. Never. Like, the energy is absolutely incredible, and
they're just good dudes.
Yeah, Ben and Chris are some of the nicest guys you could ever meet. Yeah. And they also talk shit to Dan, which is what we do. So they're basically like our brothers now.
Yeah. Boomtown Brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah. We need a mashup of Y'all Need Music Boomtown.
Yeah. That's one that we need to get on the podcast, and I'm pretty sure
we've been talking about it for a couple years now. I mean, shoot, we met them when we had the Y'all Need Help podcast. Yeah. And we seen them up in Petoskey like 3 years ago. And, we've been talking about it, and we went down to Nashville for the 50 year, hung out with them, met their families, all good people. Yeah. And we just haven't been able to line it up though. So yeah, hopefully coming soon, we're going to have those dudes on here, because we met up with them before the concert, sat there talking, they just got back from Colorado. Yeah. Talking with Ben. I'm sitting there talking with him, fishing, and, he spent an entire day just out there fly fishing, and, just really cool people. The last time I talked with them, we were sitting there showing each other deer pictures, from our trail cameras and talking hunting and everything. So yeah, just really good dudes. So
And Chris is on another freaking level, right? Like the energy that he
I need his
brings.
energy.
Yeah, the energy that he brings to a show is like if you got two feral 4-year-olds and like
Yeah,
drained their energy and then like drank it as an energy drink, that's basically Chris.
yeah,
He is all over the freaking place and
yes,
just like hyping everybody up the entire time,
yep.
and in turn damn near heat stroked out afterwards.
Right,
and
right.
and so I gave him my cooling towel because he was literally on the ground like,
Yeah,
I need a minute. Like
yeah.
I gotta
Yeah,
get myself
they
together.
were coming out for the meet and greet to the merch booth, and talking with everybody and signing autographs. And they've had, what was that, their third year that they've done that festival?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they knew a bunch of the people. They knew Nick. Just grew relationships over the year. But yeah, he came out, and Ben's over there like signing autographs and meeting people, and Chris is over there like, give me 2 minutes. Like I
Yeah.
need to. I'm about to stroke out over here. So
Ben's like, Dan, you can't wear our hat. It wouldn't apply.
right.
And I'll leave that with you guys. Go to their website, check out their merch, and you'll see the hat that I'm talking about. And you can put 2 and 2 together and get the answer on that one. But yeah, Ben's like, we got these new hats. I'd give you one, but you couldn't wear it.
Doesn't apply.
Dan's like, what the hell, man?
It's like, I was gonna buy some merch, but now you're just insulting me.
Right.
All right, I'll buy it anyhow, but
Right.
you got to sign it.
So yeah, they put on a hell of a show as always. Got to visit with them a little while afterwards. They signed the guitar we're going to be giving away sometime later this year, the first part of next year. Allie Walker signed it. We ended up
Campbell.
we didn't. No, we didn't
get his.
We went back to cool off, and then when we came back out of the truck, we couldn't find him.
He was doing the same. He was going to cool
but
down.
I'm sure we'll get him to sign it because we'll be seeing him here this year yet again, and we'll have him on the podcast. So I'm sure that he'll
Venue
sign
Event
it.
Center, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, headlining.
So yeah, so we did that, and then what did we do? Well, we did the fair. Oh, I also got in a show that you didn't get to. Noah Hicks, Carl and I went and saw. In between
at Odawa. Yep.
And if you guys don't know Noah Hicks yet, you need to. And another dude that's just super fucking chill. Great guy. He signed the guitar as well. Carl and I chatted with him for a good 15-20 minutes before the show. Came over and sat down with us and just shooting the shit, and then talked to him for a little bit afterwards before we had to dip out. But put on a great show. He's got a great voice. Another high energy guy that just puts on a hell of a show.
Yeah.
Then
we move into our live podcast, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So we what was it? This past week here, Emmet County. Oh, I did find out it's the Emmet Charlevoix County Fair.
Yes.
I always call it the Emmet County Fair.
Everybody does. Nobody cares about Charlevoix.
So yeah, we had this lined up. Shoot, actually prior to seeing Waylon at the Sunrise Festival, when we met up with him down in Nashville, we had talked about because he was going to be opening for John Michael Montgomery again at the Emmet County Fair. Playing it back from last year where he opened for Trace Adkins and put on a hell of a show. He got invited back up there. And so we had talked about him, and Waylon has some, his grandparents have some property right up by Studio North up there in Petoskey. Well, Wolverine, I guess it would be.
Yeah. Just down the road, though.
Yeah, we found out it's just down the road from yours and even closer to Carl's house.
Yep.
But he was going to be coming up the night before, and we had talked about getting together and just having some drinks and hanging out and,
recording a podcast in Studio North.
Yep. And then, it turned into let's record a podcast at Studio North and had that all set up. And a couple days prior to it, lovely Miss Tasha came up with a wonderful idea. And shout out to our sponsor, Gypsy Distilleries. Decided, hey, what if we could get into Gypsy and show Waylon that place and, get a podcast recorded right there in Gypsy, which is the old Bay Harbor Equestrian Club for those that don't know.
Yeah.
And Matt got a hold of the brothers and the owners and hooked that up.
Yeah, so we pulled that one off, and that episode will come out probably about a month from now. Little different style of recording, so everything was different to us and new, and we had an audience.
Great audience.
Had some cocktails.
300 plus people.
Yeah, Waylon played a couple of songs during the podcast, which is going to be absolutely phenomenal. When you guys see that and hear that, I'm telling you, so good. And
so good.
Yeah. And during that podcast, Jessie and Waylon and I actually drank this bottle of bourbon. It was full. We drank the whole thing. And then afterwards, if you look there, it is signed by Waylon Hanel. And so after that episode comes out, we're actually going to do a contest, and don't know what we're going to do just yet, but one of you is going to get to be the proud owner of this bottle of bourbon that we drank on the podcast, and then Waylon signed afterwards. So that's going to go to one of you guys.
So make sure you guys are following the podcast, subscribing, liking, engaging, and stuff like that. Set your reminder for when the whatever platform we do it on, because it won't be on YouTube. We'll probably do it on our socials. Yeah. Whether it's Facebook, TikTok, we'll probably do it on both of them. But make sure you guys are, subscribing and liking that, because you're going to want to be there on the front line to get that bottle, because you can bet your ass that I'm going to be submitting some entries myself, because I need that to put up at Studio South, put up on the bourbon wall. So I'm going to be fighting for that one. So you guys better make sure you're getting in there and getting your entries in and everything. So
and we've got a lot of other giveaways coming up too. There's going to be concert ticket giveaways. In addition to that, we've got the guitar giveaway. We've got more banners to give away. All kinds of stuff. Lots and lots and lots of stuff. So you guys need to be following us. But while you're following us, you need to make sure that you're also following Waylon Hanel on all of his socials and subscribing to YouTube. Jesse Campbell Band, same thing. Follow him on all the socials and YouTube, Spotify. Allie Walker, Boomtown, Noah Hicks. Run the gamut. If we're telling you to check these guys out, go support them and follow them on their socials, listen to their music, and always, most importantly, if you go to a show of theirs, buy the damn merch.
Buy the merch.
Absolutely.
Buy the merch. I had just got me a fresh Waylon Hanel hat that I was wearing there. And then after Allie was on stage and everything, I was like, dang, I got to go buy some merch, because that was just bomb. So, but make sure you guys are checking all them out. We're not going to go see a concert and see somebody that we don't like and then sit here and promote them on the podcast. These are all people that we know have phenomenal voices, put on phenomenal shows, up and comers that we know one of these days you guys are going to be sitting here going, Ella Langley said it best when she was talking about, her stadium. They want her to jump to stadium tours. And she's like, no, I want to finish out my smaller venue tour
Yeah.
because I want people to be like, when I do get to that level of playing these stadium shows, I want these people to be like, hey, I got to see Ella Langley for $25 at the intersection. Or,
Right.
I got to see Allie Walker at the Sunrise Music Festival, for 4 artists for $40, basically $10 for a ticket for it. So,
Yeah.
Waylon Hanel, I mean, he's well on his way. You guys have to check him out.
Yeah, he's got a song coming out September 5th. And I'm eager to hear the studio cut of it.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to be honest with you, I don't know that you're going to top that performance on the podcast. I don't see how it's possible.
I don't think so. You guys, you definitely have to, when we air that episode and you see this raw, uncut live version. He ended up performing that the same song that comes out September 5th. He performed it on stage at the Emmet County Fair the next night. And it was a great song, don't get me wrong, but seeing it raw, live, uncut,
Acoustic, just him and his guitar.
It was one of those that I said, like, I threw my hat down probably 4 or 5 times, like, damn near I didn't even hear a word to the song, just his voice resonating. It was like, holy shit, like goosebumps.
Yeah.
Matt said I shit my pants, like, because I was freaking out. I was just like, oh my God, like, I didn't think this kid could get any better. And lo and behold, look what happened. So yeah,
absolutely.
I can't wait for that song to come out and where I can just sit there and listen to it on repeat.
Yeah. Well, and we've got the recording of it, so we can listen to it on repeat before it comes out.
That's true. That is true.
So yeah. So that's kind of the recap of where we've been, what we've been doing. We've got some new stuff coming up. We've got some artists that are going to be on the podcast coming up with Jessie Campbell, Jaron Bell, who, if you don't know who he is, certainly go check him out. That dude is
dinner roll, baby.
Kind of in a league of his own with, he's not just a singer.
No.
It's like if you took a singer and his voice, to me, is very reminiscent of like a Rascal Flatts kind of sound. Just real smooth, buttery sound. So if you took that and you mixed it with a motivational speaker, a preacher, and a comedian, and rolled it all into a ball and threw that at somebody, that's kind of Jaron Bell.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You guys aren't going to want to miss this one. We met him down in Nashville right before Waylon actually played. And I had actually met him earlier in the night, talked with him, didn't know who he was, and then all of a sudden he's on stage.
Yeah, both of us had.
Yeah, and all of a sudden it was, yeah, you did too. And we had great interactions. He was funny as shit. And then, like, next thing you know, he's on stage singing, and it was like, whoa.
Right.
And then he tells a little bit of his story, and we're going to dig a little more deeper into his backstory. Not to share too much because we want you to check that out. But yeah, we can't wait to get him on the podcast. And
yeah, we talked to him for a good half hour after his set.
Yep.
At least. Just super, super cool guy.
Yeah.
Really excited about having him on. That's going to be a great episode.
Yep. So make sure you guys are following the podcast for that one because, yeah, that should be coming. Actually, we're recording tomorrow with him, but it won't be for a couple weeks before that episode comes out. So, but yeah, looking forward to that one for sure.
And while you guys are liking and following all these people, do me a favor and jump on Boomtown's Facebook or their TikTok. They're great at responding on their socials. And these guys run their own socials. They don't have a team doing it for them. But go and blow their shit up and tell them, hey, get on the All Need Music podcast.
Yeah. Yeah, we need you guys.
Yeah. Make that happen.
Make it happen.
That'll be a fun one for sure.
So yeah, and then after so those are some of the podcasts that we have coming up here soon. But then some of the concerts that we have on the books that we're going to, going to be some great concerts coming up at the Venue Event Center.
Yep.
You guys remember Sean that we had on the podcast talking about Venue Event Center, and then we went up and seen Brian Martin shortly after that. But John Morgan's coming to the Venue Event Center.
Yep.
And then in November 19th, I believe, is Blackhawk. They just announced that today.
Yep.
So make sure you guys are paying close attention to the podcast, because we're going to have some tickets to give away, aren't we?
For Blackhawk, yeah, we are.
Yeah.
And Jesse Campbell, November 22nd, will be at the Venue Event Center with Justin Judge and Raylan Vance and Chad Gooding.
Raylan Vance, we seen she opened for Brian Martin.
Yep, and we're going to be seeing Brian Martin again here in a couple weeks with Taylor Austin Dye. We've got Aaron Lewis locked and loaded in the chamber for October. We're going to miss
Cassius, baby.
Yep, we're going to see Cassius Culpepper in December. We're going to miss Lakeview at the Venue Event Center because that's the same night as Aaron Lewis. And we had those tickets before that show was announced, which is a major bummer because I'd love to see Lakeview. So if you guys aren't going to see Aaron Lewis already, make sure you're going to see Lakeview at the Venue Event Center. And check out their page to get all of their, up and coming shows, because they got a lot of stuff and they're constantly adding new stuff. Like Sean's like every other day dropping new shows, and it's not just country. So if you like other genres, they've got rock, they've got rap.
He's coming there. Shaggy Two Dope.
Yep.
Little Insane Clown Posse.
Yep, and they've got like I said, they've got some rap music coming up too.
They got some tribute bands that they do very well with. They're bringing in some tribute bands. But yeah, they are rocking and rolling over there at the Venue Event Center. I mean, concerts
Moonshine Bandits.
Yep.
Just tons and tons. They got that 50-year Kiss celebration in Cadillac from when Kiss came to Cadillac, where they've got a lot of stuff going on. And listen, I don't care what you listen to. I know you know who Soulja Boy is. You know it. Don't act. Right. So, make sure you guys are checking them out. They are the Venue, eccadillac.com. On their website. You can find them on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok as well. So follow them to get all the updates on their upcoming shows. And, I'm sure we're going to see you there.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Come have a drink.
Or two.
Or get on the podcast and win some tickets. Even better.
Right. And then you can buy us a drink.
Yeah, there you go.
That's a winner chicken dinner right there.
Now you're talking.
And if you're going to shows there, make sure you give yourself enough time to go to the truck stop in front and get you some grub. You will not be disappointed at all.
No. Make it a night. It's definitely worth it.
Yeah, the staff's great, the food's great, the music's great, the venue's great. So you can't go wrong.
Yep, and when you guys go there, make sure you find Sean and tell him Y'all Need Music sent you.
Yeah. Sean will be running around. He's got about as much hair as I do. Sorry, Sean. But yeah, super cool people. Thrilled to always try and help promote them. And hopefully you guys are doing the same, supporting those small venues that need your business a hell of a lot more than like the Ford Fields or Little Caesars Arena or something like that. They're bringing the music right to your backyard, whether it be the venue or if you live downstate. There's plenty of other, venues like that. The Intersection's a great small venue in Grand Rapids.
That's where we're seeing Cassius Culpepper in December.
Right. Yep. And you got the Machine Shop in Flint, which is a great small venue. So no matter where you're at, if you're not in Michigan, I guarantee you've got smaller venues near you. Support the hell out of them because they're the ones bringing the music close to you. And, don't bitch about ticket prices, even if they are a little higher, because guess what? You're saving that in gas money easily, by staying closer to home. You're not having to get hotels and whatnot. So I love that. Being able to go to a show and still go home the same night is always fun.
And walking around the streets of Cadillac's way better than walking around the streets of Grand Rapids or Detroit.
It's true.
Yeah.
So, at any rate, we're going to wrap this one up for now. And I think we've covered everything and then some.
Yes, sir.
So make sure you guys are tuning back in for the next episode. And we will catch you next time on
Y'all Need Music Podcast.
Later.
Out.